Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Dodson.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So today we're going to talk about something that I kind of had an aha moment on recently.
Like the band?
No.
What was it? Take on Me?
Sparkling water. No, I was mentoring someone, and as I read through the lyric, I thought, man, there's just a lot of conflicting emotions. There's some lines where it feels like this character wouldn't say that, and I started thinking about it, and I'm going, tell me about the character in this song. And he goes, well, it's a guy who he hurt the girl, she left him and broke his heart. And I said, well, what does he want? Why is he singing this song? And he said, well, he wants her back. And I'm like, okay, let's look at these lines and see if any of them don't fit with that story, with that guy. And so we started going line by line, and he would go, ooh, that's not what the guy would say.
Right.
And it made me think about in the plays that I'm working on. When I first started working on the big play that we're doing, I would throw out a line for a song, and the other composer who has worked on this play for 40 years would say, no, Jenny would never say that. She grew up this way and this scenario, and he knew the characters in this play so much that he could tell me, like, no, that's not what Jenny would say. And so I shared that story with this writer, and I said, make up a fictional name for your character. So let's call him Jimmy. Jimmy hurt the girl, she left him, she broke his heart, and he wants her back.
Yeah.
That's why he's singing the song. And so everything in the song has to fit with that. We can't have him being angry and blaming it on her, because the Jimmy that wants her back is not going to say that.
Well, I've heard this before, people defending their songs that go, but yeah, when I went through this, I was feeling a lot of things. 1 second, I hated them, and then the next second, I wanted them back. And I think you have to get to a point with songwriting where you realize that a song can only do so much.
Yeah.
So unless it's a song that's specifically saying 1 minute I hate you, 1 minute I love you, well, that's a song idea. That can work. Barring that, a song needs to be about one idea usually.
Yeah.
So just, throwing out all these conflicting statements is only going to confuse the listener, and they're not going to know how to feel.
Right.
How am I supposed to, I don't understand what this guy is. How does he feel about this other person? You can't put yourself in the singer's shoes and go, oh, I felt that way, because you don't really know how they're feeling. So I think you really have to stick to one idea and one emotion usually.
Yeah.
99.9% of the time, those are the best songs.
Yeah. Smokey Robinson famously said, someone asked him what the best songwriting advice he ever got was, and he said, well, Barry Gordy told me that a song is about one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said, my songs would be about 10 things, and Barry would say, go write 10 songs, write those into 10 songs.
You've got your next 10 hits. Why are you holding back on me?
So, maybe there's a song about, I hate you sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is not that song. This song was about, how can I get you back? What can I do to get you back? Right. So it's got to be apologetic. It's got to be gentle. There's got to be a tone about it that suggests, like, hey, I know I messed up, but I really want you back.
Yeah, I hate you, I want you back is not going to do the trick.
No. Yeah, that's not going to get the objective. And in another thing that has transferred over from me into my country and other genres of songwriting from the theater world is that in the theater world, the major characters all have an I want song. And so I'm always asking myself, what does the character in this song want? Why are they singing this song?
That's interesting.
So if Carrie Underwood's singing Before He Cheats, what does she want in that song? Well, she wants to threaten her man, so that in advance, so that he doesn't cheat on her. That's what she wants. So all that song has to work in that direction, And so this guy that I was mentoring on his own came back to me the next time and said, okay, let me show you what I've started doing. And so he defines his person in the song of like, okay, this is the scenario this singer's going through. This is why they're singing this song, and this is the outcome they want.
Yeah.
You know, they want the person to fall back in love with them, or, you know, they want to say, I'm sorry, or they want a second chance. And then he blueprints the song based upon knowing that character really well. And his songwriting has improved dramatically.
Right.
You know, because he's really getting clarity on that. And I've never taken it to that extreme of like writing out, you know, who my man or woman is and what they want. But he's found that to be a really instructive thing to do.
Yeah. And it depends on what stage of your journey you're at, because in the beginning, you may need to write all that stuff out until it becomes second nature. Where you've been doing it so long, it's just a quick calculation and you're there.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it really depends on where you are in the journey.
Yeah, and you know, he even writes out, here's the emotion or emotions my singer's feeling, but it's also helped him kind of shrink that down, because in the beginning it would be, you know, I'm feeling these 5 things, you know, and now he's realizing, no, in this song he's feeling this one thing or these 2 things, you know, that kind of thing. But I think defining those characters like that can really help you understand, you know, how to write the song and how to keep the tone consistent, how to keep the emotion. You know, we talk a lot in our classes about like, if you create this great anticipation of like the singer's dying to get home to the person they love and they've been away too long, and in the chorus they get home, it's like, well, where do you go after that? All the anticipation's gone.
Right. The whole song is about the anticipation.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there could be another song about, man, I'm so glad to be home with you after being gone so long.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and that's a whole different song, and it's a different tone. But that's something I've been suggesting to people to try, is to kind of write out who your character is and what they want and what they're feeling. And then you stay true to that as you blueprint your song and as you write the lyric. And the people that have been doing that have been found it really helpful.
Awesome. Anything else on this idea?
No, that's it.
We'll just keep it. Down? We're going to keep this podcast to one idea.
One thought. That's right. Just like Smokey Robinson.
All right.
We're grateful to Sweetwater sponsoring our show. There's a link to them in the show notes, and we will see you soon.
Yeah. Cheers.